Right there, like when we can.
Pleasant, good news morning. Check. Oh, that's better. Too much bass in my voice. Pleasant, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome aboard. This is the world famous Jungle Queen, and as you can see, we're getting underway at this time for a trip around Fort Lauderdale's Venice of America. The boat that you're riding on today is well equipped for your comfort and your safety needs. If you're sitting in your chairs right now, if you simply look up towards the ceiling, you do see those orange blocky things above your head, so those are life jackets. We have 400 life jackets for like 70 passengers, so I think we're good. Here's the great news. We've been in business now since 1935, and if you're ready for this, I don't think you are, we have not had to use the life jackets yet. So a big round of applause for that. That's an incredible safety record. Yes. All right, now for the next problem, since we never had to use them, those are the same life jackets from 1935. So please, whatever you do, don't touch them. Like that chair in your grandma's house, you're not allowed to sit in. It's an antique, for goodness sake. Next safety feature, if you're lucky enough to have a window seat, feel free to stick your arm out the window on this side there, arms out the window, arms out the window on this side, perfect. Those are your emergency exits. So anybody throughout the trip, you should definitely know where your closest exit is located. You should know if you are seated in an exit row. Hang on. Oh, they're all exit rows. Okay, yeah, it's not a plane, it's a boat. That's silly. So they're all exit rows. You should also know if I suddenly jump up from the commentator stand, you see me get a running start, and I dive head first through the emergency exit, you should know to follow. Because my cable is very short, so I can't tell you anything on the way down. It's splash. So I'm gonna hear. Come on in, the water's fine. Next safety feature is more of an environmental thing. We got these trash cans all over the place. Got 2 up front, 3 in the back. It's not that windy today, but if a little tiny piece of paper, a gum wrapper, a piece of tissue perhaps hits the deck, guess what happens? The wind goes right in the water. So please get your trash into the trash cans and help us keep the waterways clean. And we do thank you in advance for that. The final thing is the Coast Guard calls this a fixed seating vessel, so if you're in your seat, that's great. If you get up from your seat, we ask that you either be in 2 places. One is the bar, it's a good place. The second one's the bathroom, so if you're not in those 2 places, please try to remain that part is actually like an airplane. Also, like an airplane, it's a non-smoking flight. That includes regular cigs, e-cigarettes, and of course none of that wacky tobacco stuff from Colorado. So let's do some introductions all around. We've got like 4 captains on here today. I think we've got your captain, like a Captain Morgan commercial. So there's 2 captains on the captain's deck. See what I mean? I'm already Tug Parker, and on the starboard side, Max Mixologist Malik. So Malik and Parker are your bartenders. They're going to take care of you throughout the trip here today. Let me get to what I do. Looking to your right, we're passing the EMR, where we just departed a few moments ago. World's most famous yacht resort marina complex, developed by the city of Fort Lauderdale way back in 1949. Guess who the first tenant of the EMR was? Your Jungle Queen. Yeah, 1949. That's how long we've been there. To your right also, this used to be called International Swimming Hall of Fame, but they tore down the Hall of Fame. The museum is gone. They're going to rebuild it at some point, but right now, look at the blue sign, City of Fort Lauderdale Aquatic Center. So there's the name of that. That's very important. It's an aquatic center, and with the city logo on there, you know what that means? That's a community pool. So as a community pool, if they're not holding a swim meet or a dive meet or something like that, you can pay a small fee. It's like $3 or something like that, and they'll let you use the pool. Now, if you're going to use the high dive, then you ask that you pay in advance for obvious reasons. The tall diving platform, by the way, on the tallest point, that's 30 meters above the water. It's like 90 plus feet. It's the second tallest in the world. It's the tallest in the Western Hemisphere. There's one in China that's about 2 feet or 2 meters or something taller than this one, because they built this one first, and the Chinese are like, yeah, let's put some plywood and make ours taller. So they did. And both of these platforms here and in China are built with the hopes that in the future, high diving will become an Olympic event. And then these divers will need a place to train, and that's why they built the platform. Pretty cool. Looks like we're going to bust a little U-turn at this time. Looking straight ahead of us, the Los Feliz Boulevard Bridge. That's a blue-colored bridge. Then we end up on our right-hand side as we make this next turn in just a moment. Los Feliz Bridge, the current was built in 1958. There was a that was the first bridge to connect mainland in front of us with the beach area behind us offshore. Now, when they built that first bridge in 1917, they connected it on the mainland to a road called Sagamore, which ran through downtown Fort Lauderdale. When they built the bridge, they renamed the whole entire street Las Olas. What's that mean? In Spanish, it means the waves. So if you think about it, the road is trying to tell you what it does. It takes you to the waves of the Atlantic Ocean, as long as you're going in the correct direction. Look at this house lot. So if you have a skinny lot, you have a skinny dot, big wide house, big wide dot. You can see how that works. And some lovely houses here. First one here with the white pickup truck there, the Ford. That's Paul Flanagan. If you look at his flagpole, the little flag below the American flag is the flag of his rep. Need a car, truck or van. Who are you gonna call? There it is. We're already heard it. Somebody said Ghostbusters downstairs, but it is to the tune of Ghostbusters, so you are forgiven for that. Anybody who's lived here in the 90s, they used to do these commercials every 30 some episodes of Miami Vice. It was usually where the bad guys would live in the filming of that show. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a one-bedroom house. That is a very elaborate bachelor's pad. And I would also like to confirm to you that the man who lives in that house is single and has no wife and no girlfriend. How do I possibly know that? By looking at the house. Well, it's really simple. You see, he has a motorcycle parked in his living room, and like that same thing. When I saw the motorcycle, I'm like, Netflix definitely single. Because if he had a girlfriend or wife, she'd make him park that thing in the garage where it belongs. Now take a look directly in front of us. We're going to see the downtown Fort Lauderdale skyline as it changes. We've got a new one under construction there, a couple more. I can see it like 2 or 3 being built right now. Beautiful pole on the point, but check out, if you will, the 3-story ornate bell tower that actually sits like an island in the middle of his pool. That's actually pretty cool. You see on the blue paint here, the golden colored scrollwork. You all see that decorative scrollwork here? What do you think the golden scrollwork is made of? Gold, of course it's gold. It's crazy rich people. 22 karat gold trim. They put gold on everything. Put gold on the toilet seats. So anyway, Wayne Huizenga lived here until he passed away in 2018. The current owner was Mr. Charlie West. He created Pet Supermarket chain, Pet Superstores. You might have heard of the guy. He was definitely in shock there. I'm sure I drove to one the other day. And Charlie West lives in that house with his wife and also his ex-wife. We've never seen Dynasty before. It's the same thing, It's like you don't have to pay alimony if she's on premises. It's really smart, actually. Keep your friends close. Here's the Harry Potter mansion to your left-hand side. Harry Potter is a fictional character. He never actually lived there, but Wayne Huizenga, not a fan of Harry Potter. His niece Holly, the daughter of Bonnie, a big fan of Harry Potter. So Uncle Wayne did what Uncle Wayne does, and he got people at Universal Studios to help build a house so he could gift his favorite niece with a $22 million present on the day of her wedding. What did your favorite uncle get you for, it got quiet all of a sudden. Nothing? Really? Olive Crown Royal 6-pack of beer or something like that? Here, coming up to your left, we have the Turquoise Mansion. It's got black awnings used for the remake of Cape Fear. So this was the one that starred Jessica Lange, Robert De Niro, and Nick Nolte. Filmed in Fort Lauderdale versus Wilmington, North Carolina, because Nick Nolte had so many drunken driving arrests that he had an ankle bracelet, and the dude, as a result, could not travel. So they had to move the filming down here. See down and out in Beverly Hills, yeah, that was not fiction. Here to your right, we have 2 Airbnbs coming up. First one rents for $54,000 a week. The second one is more reasonable. It's like $28,000 a week, and you get free iguanas with it too as well. See the iguanas walking around. I've noticed the similarities here. They both have AstroTurf. I thought, oh, why do you have AstroTurf? Look, it confuses the iguanas. They're like, what is this? It looks like grass. It's like plastic. Look at him. He's trying to run on it. Anyway, yeah, the AstroTurf is really low maintenance. That's why they put it on a lot of Airbnbs. Just come out with a leaf blower. I'll show you to your left. It's going to be the one with the American flag flying. That's Anthony Bruno's house. Now his flagship restaurant is called Runway 84. They're like an Italian supper club, and they celebrated 40 years in business back in 2023. And you might know this guy better. Here he is to your left. Is he home? No, he's not. Sometimes we wait for this, but you might know him better. He's the creator of Anthony's Cold Hard Pizza. So if you've heard of that chain, that's the dude. A couple of years ago, he sold Anthony's. He created the chain, and then he sold it as a whole to a company called BurgerFi. And here's the brilliant part. When they open a new Anthony's, they have to pay him royalties to use the name. So he still gets money. He doesn't have to make the pizza anymore, which again, that's brilliant. So here to your right-hand side, we have coming up a little white house with arched windows on the first floor. You'll see it in a moment. Built in 1926 by famed architect Francis Abreu. In the 70s, this was a branch of the John Robert Powers Modeling School for Girls. Cheryl Teagues actually went to school here. And you know, in the old days, the models, they used to lay out on the grass and they'd work on their tans. And back in that time, Jungle Queen used to break down here for about 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And then even weirder, after 10 or 15 minutes, the boat would start working again and we'd be on our way. To your left, we have the mayor's dog sitting in the lot. Here, puppy. Doggy! He's not distracted by us. Oh, he looked at us. So that is the former mayor of the city of Fort Lauderdale's house. He's the Honorable Jim Naugle. I'm going to hold up some fingers. This is how many terms consecutively this guy was elected for. It's a lot of fingers, as you can see. If you can't see my fingers, I'm holding up 6. You know how hard it is to get reelected for the same job 5 times in a row. The follow-up question I usually get at some point, how old is he after serving 6 terms? Well, that's funny. He started as mayor when he was just 38 years old, so after serving 6 terms, he is 67. We've got a whole flotilla of cops behind us with blue lights on. They're not chasing us with their information, so I don't know what's going to happen. I think they're doing like a ceremony or something, like a flyby along the water. Here to your right is the Riverside Hotel, a beautiful restaurant at the Riverside. That there is the Boathouse. Feel free to wave at people having lunch at the Boathouse here today. Nice place to have a little lunch. By the way, if you wave at people having lunch, make sure you use all 5 fingers. You don't want to send the wrong messages. They're nice people. So it's something forever. People come here and they hold their meetings at the convention center. We love your town, we love the weather, we love riding on the Jungle Queen, but we do not like the Uber rides to and from our hotel. They're getting quite expensive, especially when our company has to pay for those Uber rides. So can you build a hotel attached to the convention center, Motel 6, anything? No, it's a brand I don't think we've ever had in Fort Lauderdale before, and that's saying something. We had one in mind. The next thing about this ship is that basically what that is that if you get a balcony cabin or a veranda suite on most of these cruise ships, that veranda is nice, but what if the weather is awful? You know, you can't use that square footage that is not available to you because it's raining out or it's cold or something like that.